Sounds amazing. I love sugary cereal.
You were a bad person, and you should feel bad about yourself.
You don't like sugary cereal? You don't like just having a big-ass bowl of Fruity Pebbles in the morning?
This is awful.
You don't like going to Cereal Town and just getting all the flavors? Prince of Monaco cereal.
Only Prince of Monaco cereal. That's the only one that has my soft spot.
Joke's on you, Prince of Monaco cereal is just Cocoa Pebbles.
Howdy, it's Tuesday, August 18th, 2020, and this is episode 132, Due for a Win, the Atlantic City and Casino Biz podcast. I'm Kyle Eskin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What's good, Craig?
Not the Washington Capitals, on the verge of elimination as we speak, might be eliminated during this episode.
Could be exciting. If you want to hear Craig get progressively more sad through an episode of wow, you can bet on that. What podcast are we?
You can bet on that again.
Due for a Win. You might be in luck. So, what happened in 1932, speaking of good things?
Oh boy. Okay, so not the best thing ever to happen in Atlantic City, for sure. I found an August 13th, 1932 edition of the New York Times with the headline, Fall from Trapeze, Kills Girl in Circus, Young Woman Partner Who Also Plunges to Floor of Atlantic City Pier, Expected to Die. Absolutely terrifying.
But did she die?
I don't know. I don't have the August 14th, 1932 issue.
So, I also did a little bit of research right before the episode just to give the people, some insight of, how hard we work for this. And I found that Dave Thomas of Wendy's fame, the founder, was born in Atlantic City in 1932 as well. So,
I mean, that's much better news. The spicy chicken sandwich, number 6 combo is excellent.
That's pretty good. I haven't had it in quite a while, but when I was younger, I remember thinking it was excellent. And he, of course, for people of a certain age, was a staple on TV. There's lots and lots of commercials.
Yes. So you didn't want to talk anymore about the trapeze thing?
No, not really. There's not a whole lot for me to say.
What's billed as the world's highest aerial act at the Atlantic City Pier. The one thing that I thought was funny is a terrible thing to say about an article like this, but like the second sentence in the article is, more than 10,000 persons milled about the pier as an ambulance from the Atlantic City Hospital rushed them to the hospital. Just like wandering around. I feel like that's probably mostly what would happen now.
Yeah.
If something happened in Atlantic City, like in an Atlantic City casino, people would just be like, I'm still playing, my jacks are better, it's fine.
People were more fast and loose back then, obviously, because, as everyone who has been to the circus, which, again, much like the Dave Thomas thing, it's only people of a certain age, because I don't think circuses are really a thing anymore. But
Cirque du Soleil?
It's a little different. It's a slightly different, formulation there. But, yes, high wire act, like no net, like if you fall, you're going to die. But trapeze always had a net, so it would not happen, at least in the modern times when I was going to a circus as a child.
I don't think I've ever been to the circus, but I've been to Circus, and it's lots of fun. And that counts.
I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not that surprised. Your parents seem much more progressive or something than mine do, so.
I don't think that's the word I'd use, but no, I don't know. I don't think we ever went to a circus.
We went to the circus many times as a child.
Interesting.
That's what us lower class people did for entertainment. Barnum and Bailey's. Went several times when I was like elementary school age.
But you never saw Fall from Trapeze Kills Girl.
Oh, no. I've seen lots of falls from the trapeze, which is why there's a net under it. So.
Good point.
But no, like high wire, never a net, because those guys don't really fall. But trapeze, people fall all the time.
So hopefully 1933 will be better than that.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully we can find something better.
I mean, Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's.
That's pretty good, man. Wendy's is... Their fries are shit, and that's like a bit of a problem, but, their burgers and their chicken sandwiches, pretty good.
The fries aren't as bad as In-N-Out.
The chili's good. I usually get the chili with my value meals there.
I haven't been to Wendy's in a very long time.
It's been a while for me too, but the chili is the way to go.
We also haven't been to casinos in a very long time.
That is true. And I know last episode I said I may go to Horseshoe, but then I was like, what am I thinking? Why would I do this? So I did not go.
You didn't get your Caesars Awards jacket?
I did not.
I want you to be wearing it now. I was expecting to hear the rustling of your Caesars Awards windbreaker in the microphone as we talked.
But, despite me not going, I hear casinos are open, not only in the state of Maryland, but also in Atlantic City. So how'd they do in July?
Not good. Actually, when you just look at the top level revenue, they made $264.5 million in July of 2020, only a 20.9% decrease from July of 2019, which seems not horrible. When I saw that number in the headline, I was like, wow, that's actually surprisingly not terrible. And then you look deeper and you see that online and sports bridged the gap by almost $77 million. So online was like 40-something million more dollars than last year. And that's a big part of the difference. And brick and mortar was only at $147.4 million, down 46.8%. So pretty bad. And also I owe you $5 because I said it would be more than $170 million.
And didn't my initial bet guess was 150, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Unless that wasn't actually my initial bet, and I just guess and just made that up.
No, I think you threw 150 out there, and I was like, that's crazy, way too low, and it even was lower than that. Are you looking at the data right now? Is there any major takeaways that you have about this?
The thing that really stands out is the Golden Nugget month looks pretty terrible. So how much later did they open than everyone else? Obviously before Borgata, but
no, I thought they opened like the 3rd.
Yeah, that's really, really aggressively bad.
Yeah, I can't remember if they opened the same day as everyone else or a day later, but it was not significantly later. Yeah, so Golden Nugget made $8.8 million. Borgata, who had a soft opening on July 23rd and opened to the public on July 26th. So 6 days of being fully open to the public, made $8.4 million. So only slightly less than Golden Nugget in, 20-something fewer days, which is crazy. So that's sort of interesting. Obviously Golden Nugget, that's terrible for them. Borgata brought in money, and who knows how much of that's just them targeting the right players for their soft opening and that stuff. But
the other standout is Ocean is second and very nearly first place for casino revenue, which is just a shocking thing to say given, where they were 12 or 18 months ago. Yeah,
Hard Rock first, $24.6 million. Ocean second, $23.6 million. And the craziest thing, 23.07% year over year increase. Everyone else down at least 26% year over year. That's how crappy Ocean's July.
Not Bally's, Craig. They're only down 19% year over year.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Get wrecked.
Oh, yes, that's true. But it's just insane that Ocean is up at all year over year.
Let me tell you, the COVID, I think, came just in time for her Ocean versus Trop bet. Allowed me to get that $5 because, boy, it sure I don't think is gonna be even close to the same going forward. I think Ocean's gonna just blow them out of the water.
You think? Interesting.
Certainly did this month. Like $7.5 million more than Tropicana, and I see no reason that it seems like just Ocean's firing on all cylinders. Yeah. And
yeah, so our bet was $5. You said that Ocean would not beat Tropicana in brick and mortar revenue in the first 6 months of 2020. Of course, we're looking at the 7th month.
They did not, but yes, the 7th month they just crushed them.
So close.
I think no COVID. You're in pretty good shape.
I'm disappointed. And my reward is another $5 that I owe you.
Ooh, yeah, you'll have to get NASA on the line, get them to tabulate the results of all of our wagers, because I think it's been a good couple months for me.
I still owe you a meal at the Hard Rock.
Yes.
And I think I owe you $5 based on what all is canceled out.
What? Yeah. Come on. I really need some scientific sign off on that number. That sounds suspiciously low.
Well, you did have casinos opening by Memorial Day, which was
I did.
A huge L.
That sure wasn't a good bet.
I have Hard Rock coming in second place in gaming revenue in 2020. That seems not great. Although they came in first this month, so...
Yeah, let me see. They are currently in third place, but only $700K behind Harrah's, so...
Still have a chance.
You've got a good chance. You got a good chance.
I like how we have all these like year-long, 6-month-long bets where the stakes are $5.
It's worth it.
Really, making me sweat for a year over my $5. It's like, oh, I hope Kyle doesn't win this bet. $5 that I'm also never going to pay you if the meal at the Hard Rock is any indicator.
That's certainly true. It's easier to pay me $5 though than to buy me a meal at the Hard Rock.
Just Venmo you $5.
We had a very expensive and like slightly mediocre meal at I don't know, whatever restaurant in the Hard Rock. Could have just paid for that, Greg.
That's true. Yeah, I don't even remember what that place was called.
Or we had to demand to be moved because we were sitting right next to some ridiculous light fixture that was quite blinding. Anyway, so some Players Club stuff is going on. So the Caesars and Tropicana loyalty programs are emerging, though somewhat slowly. Trop emailed saying you can link your Caesars Rewards and Trop Advantage accounts, which sounds suspiciously like Borgata and MGM.
Yes, not merged, linked.
You can also go and get your Trop status matched basically to your Caesar status. I know that Justin V, is that his name?
Yes.
In the Facebook group, posted that he did that. And then it says you can transfer your credits between the two accounts. So, I don't know. Any thoughts?
I want seamless. I don't want transferring between accounts. I can't deal with all that. No.
Yeah, it's not good. Hopefully they're more on the ball than MGM and Borgata was, because it certainly took them a long time to get that in order.
Quite a long time. I'm guessing that they just don't want to take a bunch of loyal players. They don't want to be like, hey, your Trop Advantage doesn't exist anymore, but I don't know. You'd think that they would see this large network of Caesars Rewards. Like, it's not like anybody doesn't know what Caesars Rewards is.
Harrah's Rewards. That's what I still call it.
Total Rewards.
Total Rewards, yes. Anyway, so most casinos have also extended the expiration dates for their comp dollars. So Hard Rocks runs through 9/7, which frankly doesn't seem like it's been extended all that long. Borgata and Ocean through September 30th, 9:30. Golden Nugget through 10/1, which is suspiciously like 9:30. And Caesar Rewards and Trop Advantage through the end of the year, so through New Year's Eve of this year, which seems like the reasonable way to do it. Yes. I feel like all these other casinos are kind of jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah, so basically, like, if your comps were going to expire during the closure or between now and whatever these dates are, September 30th for several of them, they just won't expire until that date if you don't ever make it to AC in that amount of time. So worth keeping an eye on for updates. I mean, it would be nice if some of these would extend. Hard Rock with September 7th seems way, way, way too close. But I don't know. I guess they're within their rights. If Ocean taking your comps away is any indicator, it's not like you have that much recourse. Resorts is confusing because there's no information currently on their site that I could find, but Google search results showed like old information that said 90 days after reopening. So I don't know. That would also be the 30th of September, not August.
So in other news that I believe that we predicted, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Caesars has instituted garage dining. They've set up some tables and chairs on the third floor of the Coliseum garage for guests to consume their takeout food and beverages, according to Daryl McEwen of 7 Stars Insider. I believe that I've also read, I don't know if it was there or somewhere else, that though they've done this, there's absolutely no cleaning going on, so you might want to bring your own sanitizer if you're going to go out there and eat. So
that sounds very Caesars.
Yeah, it seems like the most Caesars thing possible, but we did predict that they were going to do this, right, Greg?
I think we said that it seemed like a reasonable idea when Ocean did it. I don't know if we went as far as to say that everyone else would do it.
Though I have to say, clean your tables off, guys. Come on.
Like when you're done, just get out a wipe and do it. Or Caesars should do it, are you saying?
Yes. Yes, Caesars needs to do it.
Agreed.
Like, get one employee out there to handle that whole situation, and it will be fine. Or, like, even as, like, half their job. Just, like, go out there every, half hour and check it out.
Yeah, garage dining, really the most 2020 of all dining options, I think.
Yeah, who knew? If you had told me at the beginning of the year, like, the hot new thing was going to be dining in parking garages, I would have just been totally confused, and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, we were driving somewhere through the Jersey suburbs, and Jersey's a lot of like narrow highways with lots of restaurants and stores off of them.
So Craig, when you say you were driving somewhere in the Jersey suburbs, do you of course mean the best New Jersey suburb?
Clark, New Jersey.
Suburb of Clark, New Jersey, where if you need to go to Target and for some reason you don't want to go to the Jersey City one, that's where you need to go.
Yes. This was actually not Clark, New Jersey. Actually, we were going up to New York, so a lot of this was in New York. But I was just looking at all the restaurants that had these big tent-like things out in their parking lots and people sitting around in these like highway barrier cordoned off dining areas in the parking lot of a restaurant and like going by Red Lobster where there's a line to sit at this dining establishment and eat in a tent surrounded by highway barriers and cars whizzing by.
Here's the weird thing. So like in Laurel, we have the Double T Diner, which used to be the Silver Diner for people like you who may not have been to Laurel in a while. So they have one of those tents set up outside too, but it's enclosed on all four sides. Like, what makes that outdoor? Like, I'm not
that doesn't
entirely sure. Like, I don't fully understand.
That's not outdoors. That is skirting the rules.
Also, that Double T Diner is terrible, which
is
is surprising because Double T Diner is usually pretty solid, but whatever.
So I was looking at all these restaurants and thinking, like, these people are all like trying to convince themselves that this is an enjoyable experience. Much the same way that I am trying to convince myself it's an enjoyable experience when I take my kids to go out to eat. But you're just there not enjoying it because your kids are driving you crazy unless you give them an iPad, which we don't really do. And so I just was thinking like that. Why are you doing this? Like, it did not look fun. It's not as bad as sitting in the Caesar's garage that no one has cleaned up. But I don't have much interest in sitting in a parking lot and eating.
Yeah.
If I was sitting on the outdoor area adjacent to Ocean's lobby level, that would be delightful.
Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. I mean, I would sit out there even in the before coronavirus times, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things from Justin S. about the spa deck at, I can't remember if it was Bally's or Caesar's.
We have a lot of
dining.
I think we need to set up some sort of, like, you know, triple threat cage match between Justin S., Justin W., and Justin V. There's too many Justins. And
they probably make up, like, 60% of the comments in our Facebook group.
Yeah. Anyway.
Trump Plaza? What do you think about that?
Have you, before we get to that, have you eaten out yet since the Corona times? I have not eaten at a restaurant since this started. We've gotten pickup many times.
I mean, so we still don't have indoor dining. Did they close indoor dining in Maryland?
They did for a few months, but it's been open for like a month or two now.
Oh no.
So yes, the answer is no for you because
right.
It is not. Well,
but I mean, no, I'm sorry, we don't have indoor dining. We have
outdoor dining. I would count that if you've eaten outside at a restaurant.
Yes, we did once. We ate outside at lunch on a weekday, and so there was like us and one other table there. So we did one time outdoor dining. That's the only time we've done it.
I just think it's interesting. Was curious. Yeah, we haven't done it yet, but like I said, we get takeout an awful lot. So
one crazy thing, not AC related, because we're just not talking about anything AC related.
We never do. So that's fine.
The New Jersey Jackals independent baseball team, they are having fans in the stadium and serving concessions. And I was thinking, how is that possible? And then I remembered I've been to a Jackals game. Very easy to social distance.
I think that's seems totally fine.
I say as I sit here with the COVID, wiping my runny nose.
Indeed. The COVID gives you runny nose. I read that. The COVID does not give you the runny nose, so.
I don't know. I saw it did.
We'll see. Well, you go get tested and let me know if you have the COVID or not the COVID. I would be willing to place a wager that is not the COVID.
Okay.
I'll give you 2-to-1 odds on $5.
Oh, now we're talking real money.
So you will get a $10 bill if you have the COVID, unless you die, in which case I will just keep my $5.
Wow, this is taking a turn. This really set the tone with the trapeze.
I mean,
fall
like
at the start of the episode.
A bet's a bet, but I feel like the odds of your estate coming after me for your owed money at that point is pretty low.
Oh, I keep everything documented, and I tell Andrea you need to look for the open bets and owed debts document in my AC in Vegas folder.
As the executor of my will, you have to make sure that you collect all of the debts.
Yes. Go find my $10.
You know, usually you're excited to be put in someone's will, but in this case, you know, not a good thing.
All right.
Anyway.
Trump Plaza.
Yeah, I sent you the article. You know, they're starting to tear it down today. Amy S. Rosenberg, friend of the podcast, ? Even though we've never talked to her.
Yeah.
Friend of the podcast, Amy S. Rosenberg.
You've talked to her on Twitter?
You have talked to her on Twitter, I guess.
Sure.
Posted an article today in the Inquirer that the Philly Inquirer, just for inquiring minds, that the demolition or deconstruction or whatever of Trump Plaza has started, and it had a picture of the Trump Plaza with like one section of the wall removed, which looked quite funny to me.
Yeah. There was a note that Mayor Marty Small said, as far as he knows, they're still just like building an elevator that they would need to actually do the demolition. So maybe like that's what that part of the demolition is.
Yeah, it was just quite funny that there's just like one sliver of the Trump Plaza that is now open from the outside to the inside.
Yeah, well, I'll post a link to the article. You can go look and see the open sliver. But no change in the timeline. Still talking June 2021 is what
Indeed.
Carl Icahn's people are suggesting. And Mayor Marty Small says he would much prefer February before the peak season so that they're not demolishing the Trump Plaza while people are on the beach. So we'll see if there's any update on that as they do more of this demolition.
Indeed. So you reached out to me today and asked if I wanted to be in Ed's 33 pool again, despite our doing nothing but losing in it last year. And I said, of course.
We didn't get the zonk a bunch of times, so that's good.
Yeah, we never got the zonk. I think we were in the game every week. So that is good.
So if you don't know what Ed's 33 pool is, every other podcast probably has talked about it. But basically, there are, 32 players?
NFL teams? Well, there's 33 players.
Yeah, so there's 33 players, and everybody gets an NFL team every week, and one person
except for one.
One person gets the zonk, right? So that means you get nobody. And then if your team has a bye, it's the same thing as getting the zonk. And so you need your team to win and score 33 points, and then you win all of the pool money for that week. If nobody wins, it moves forward to the next week, so the prizes can get to be, $9.90, $12.20, big numbers. So 1220 is not.
No whammies.
Can't be one of them. That math doesn't work. Anyways, so we're in it for another year, and hopefully we have better luck than we had last year, which was our first year in it. So, I don't know.
Would
if
you say, Craig,
due for a win
that we're due for a win? Damn, you beat me to it.
Sorry. I feel
My
like
brain works very slow. I'm just, seconds behind, always.
You always remember the closing really well, though, so I'll let you do that.
Indeed. So if you want to reach out to us or any of our other listeners, you can do so at our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/doforwin. Find all of our great content and buy a shirt at doforwin.com. Reach out to Craig on Twitter at doforwin or me at Kyle Eskin, and send Craig questions at doforwin@gmail.com.
Awesome. Nailed it.
I don't know why you still have that other line in the closing, because I will not be reading it as promised.
I got something from Amazon. Apparently we need to do something to get our podcast listed on Amazon. I haven't done that.
Oh yeah, there's more stuff out there too. Like there's iHeartRadio. I think that's one you can get your podcast onto. You need to get on this, Craig.
Apparently,
says the man who does literally nothing for this podcast.
Snap, get to work.
Stone cold nothing gets accomplished on my side. But iHeartRadio, I hear they have people who listen to podcasts. You need to make it happen. Also,
terrible.
YouTube. Get it on YouTube.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Never again. There was 10 people every week that listened to it on YouTube, man.
Yeah, no, there wasn't.
There was eight maybe. It was high single digits.
I'm writing up the Zoom guide for our college, which is a nightmare. And one of the things I've learned is that you can record video of each other, but then there's a setting to actually record separate audio tracks, much like we do using
Indeed.
whatever Pamela or whatever the heck you're still using to.
I do not use Pamela ever since. It broke on us in mid-episode. It was in the 20s or 30s or something,
Pamela
and we had to re-record.
Yeah.
Never again. And I think they just never fixed it. They just went away, which was sad for everyone like me who had actually paid for it. But Call Note is what I use now, and it has worked just fine, and it is free. So
we could be recording and having our lovely faces on YouTube.
I hear that is what 0% of the people have asked for.
That's true. I mean, I'm wearing my Route 40 shirt right now. It's relevant.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, I've reached out to Eleanor a couple times in the last, few months with random thoughts or whatever on Twitter. So I find it appropriate. Anyway, I hear that we are in a new season of Boardwalk Empire.
That's true.
Would you like to give us the rundown of everything for once?
Really? We're switching it.
It's never happened before.
What a shock. All right. So let's see if I can remember the plot. So it starts out with...
It shouldn't be that hard because it's written down.
Yeah. The KKK coming and shooting up Chalky White's operation as he had just received a shipment of booze from Naki's gang, including Jimmy and the no-face guy. Somehow, out of all this, Chalky is in trouble for shooting one of them back after they came and shot all of Chalky's people. Turns out the Commodore, Eli, and Jimmy set the whole thing up.
What do you mean somehow? It is like you do not even know what 1920s America was like.
Oh, that's true. So by the end of the episode, Nucky's already suspicious of that crew, or at least of Jimmy and the Commodore. There was a very brief thing where it seems like Johnny Torrio and Al Capone are going to be done buying liquor from Nucky, so it seems like it's setting up for Nucky to be in not good shape at some point during the season. The other big thing that happens, which I know was your favorite, is that Van Alden's wife comes to the seaside resort of Atlantic City.
Oh, it was so good.
For a just luxurious and relaxing long weekend, and she's appalled by the houses of ill repute and the liquor being around, and they go and get a nice dinner, and the waiter not so discreetly offers them alcohol, and she's once again shocked and wondering why he doesn't arrest them. And then they sit and eat their entire dinner. And then Nelson gets up and punches the waiter in the face and says, "This is a raid." And all the FBI people come in, and his wife, I don't think, had ever been so hot and bothered as she was in that moment.
Actually had an orgasm right there in the restaurant.
They went back to the hotel and had the most boring sex possible, I think.
You don't know that.
The scene, by the way, where it cuts from that.
Oh, it was so perfect with him, complaining about where the springs were out in the mattress.
Yeah, it jumps to like the bed shaking, and you're
fantastic.
like, yeah. They went back, and she was really into it. And then he was just like checking the bed, which is like the most Nelson Van Alden thing possible.
Oh, so good.
He's also apparently paying off Lucy Danziger, who is pregnant with his child, and now visibly pregnant with his child. And at the very end of the episode, just seemingly out of nowhere, Nucky gets arrested for election fraud, which it's Atlantic City. I mean, I guess I said that would never happen in Atlantic City. It happens all the time in Atlantic City. Convictions for election fraud, very difficult to get.
Indeed. That's Marty Small.
So.
Too soon?
Hey, that's our mayor. What do you think about the episode?
Anytime it's Van Alden and his wife, it's always going to be just like, pretty spectacular.
There's a lot of Van Alden.
Or like just him walking in on the two deputies wrestling.
Yeah.
Just anything with Van Alden. I just eat it all up. I think it's fantastic. Jimmy has a nice new house right on the beach.
Yeah. He's very good. He's got a baller beachside house now. Mm-hmm. He's married.
He's married.
His mom seems to be trying to make his wife jealous in sort of a weird sexual way, which seems super strange.
Yeah.
Definitely took the mom down a couple notches in my mind.
I mean, she was pretty high on your pedestal, so like pretty much anything would have done that.
Yeah,
but,
that hurt.
Yeah.
I don't get that scene at all.
I don't even want to, get into that because it was too weird and confusing and I don't understand. But, and weird. Definitely weird.
Lucy the Elephant got a mention by your favorite, Van Alden.
Of course, yes. Definitely Van Alden's wife reading the brochure that was given to her by the FBI deputies. Very good. Where she says she's glad that they don't have children to bring them into this horrible world. Which, can I make a speculation that, it was going to be ridiculous to the people who've seen the show because they'll know if it's true or not. But do you think she may end up being pregnant after this as well?
Oh, maybe. That would be interesting.
That's a idle speculation that I have. But, who knows? Maybe it'll come to nothing. If it happens, we'll hear about it in the next few episodes, I think. So,
any other thoughts on this one? Good start to the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I told my wife when I move out of town for work, and then, when she comes and visits, and I don't allow her to see my usual house or whatever that I live in, she should be suspicious.
Yes, you're pregnant.
Yes, my pregnant...
I don't know, not girlfriend, or even mistress. Who knows?
Just some random lady I impregnated in one night of drunken passion.
I mean, do you think that they're having some sort of like ongoing relationship, or is it just like...
It didn't seem like it from their interaction. It seemed like Nelson is doing what he has to do to, giving her what I expect to be basically hush money. And, I don't know.
My only other note, Nucky's parenting style on display in the episode. Just hands Margaret's kid a fat wad of cash.
Not a fat, just a single bill.
Yes.
Come on.
Gets out a fat wad of cash and hands him a single bill.
I also like that, apparently witnessing Nucky burn down the entire house seems to have, perhaps changed him into being a bit of a pyromaniac. Yeah. So always exciting.
Seems good.
Seems good.
Yeah, I think the giving the kid money was telling about Nucky's relationship with Jimmy and how he also sent Jimmy a very fat wad of cash for his as a wedding present or marriage present,
and a really wonderful, father and son statue that Jimmy probably put in the closet.
Yeah, so I don't know, cause it's funny because right before that I was thinking like, oh, Jimmy's having second thoughts about this whole taking on Nucky thing, and then no, puts that thing in the closet and he's done with it. So maybe not having second thoughts.
Yeah, so I don't know. Seems interesting. We'll see where it goes.
Yep. Episode 2.
Episode 2 coming up next.
Episode of Due for a Win.
Which we will have in 2 weeks, whether we have news or no news like we did today. And,
we found news. We made news. I went and actually tore down that piece of the Trump Plaza. It was good. Good job. I hear you've also been just, periodically ripping pieces off the Atlanta Club and throwing them on the ground. Yeah, I did that. I fixed the revenue numbers. Good. I went and forged all those. Good. It's the Atlantic City way. That's true. Well, I think we just have to close this up by saying rest in peace to Dave Thomas. A true American hero. Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's. Indeed. I want to go get a spicy chicken sandwich right now and a Frosty. Sounds pretty good. There's one right down the street, in Laurel, right there. I don't think there's a Wendy's even anywhere near me to go get a Wendy's. Oh, terrible. They're like to move to a better town, like Laurel, Maryland. That's a good point. Be like me and Rennie. That's true. Maybe we have lots of listeners in Laurel, Maryland. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys very much for listening, and we'll talk to you all in a few weeks. All right, I'm going to go get a COVID test. I remember last year when we could not ever record ever because every night you're like, yeah, the Caps play tonight. We can't do this. No, that was 2 years ago when they were going to win the Stanley Cup. Last year, they also got knocked out in the first round, much like what's happening right now. Okay. AKA a typical Capitals season.